Hey guys, I hope I didn't scar y'all too bad with my costume. It is Halloween tomorrow, so I thought I'd share. I'm not gonna keep wearing it though because my fangs keep falling out and the puffs of fur are really uncomfortable and my wig kinda sucks. But it would also distract you from this week's topic, which is really important. This week is about safety and health, and I picked about 4 topics to touch on that I think are important and that need to be talked about, and hopefully that these are beneficial to you and can help you in some way and keeps our beloved subscribers and viewers maybe a little safer or helps y'all out. Anyways, I hope you enjoy. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is mental health. I feel like mental health for some guys that are transitioning, they kind of put that on the back burner. They think more about the physical side. It's just gotta get that body, gotta get those parts, gotta complete myself on the outside. But to me, I think that mental health is just is important, if not more important than the physical aspect, because if you don't have a healthy mind, really what do you have? I mean, it can, cause serious, like things later on, like chronic depression and, severe anxiety disorder, which go hand in hand with, gender dysphoria, being trans. So I think it's good to focus on your mental health while you're transitioning, because transitioning is emotional, and all that emotion that builds up, it will explode. Things will happen and it will just explode. And so, you have to prepare yourself, and you have to prepare your mind, and you have to be, aware. So some of the things that you should do, that could help are see a therapist. Make sure though that your therapist is well aware of gender issues and transgender people, and is not biased towards trans. You can get a therapist that is, and that wouldn't benefit you at all. If that would cause you more problems. But see a therapist. You can go there and discreet and tell them everything and get all these feelings off your chest. You can tell them the things that you can't tell your parents or your girlfriend or your friends. You can tell these people, and sometimes you just talk and you'll realize things about yourself or the feelings you've been having, that you didn't even know you had. And that could help you. It could help you see things before they get worse. Like if you are severely depressed, or you do have a lot of anxiety, or you're hurting yourself, or any of these things, it can help you, get help and be okay just by talking and letting your feelings out. It can help. I myself, I want to go to a therapist. I really do. And I'm going to schedule an appointment with a therapist. I've already talked to my mom about it, and I think it's necessary. I need to talk about things going on with me and, get all these inside feelings sorted out. It's expensive if it doesn't cover you. It is expensive. So if you can't find a therapist, or you can't afford a therapist, find that friend or that person or that mentor and talk to them. Let them know how you're feeling. Even a teacher that you trust or would be okay, or your best friend or just anybody. Just talk to them and express yourself, because if you keep feelings inside, or you keep dysphoria inside, and you don't let anyone know, and you don't let it out yourself to cope with it, it can really build up and you can have some serious issues. So mental health is important, and I think that it needs, needs to be taken more seriously. Another thing that I feel like that might not everybody know in the trans community, the female to male trans community, is binders. If you haven't had top surgery and you're binding, or you're not binding correctly and you're using something handmade, there's some real health concerns. There could be some serious problems, such as if you're using ace bandages and duct tape, they don't move with your body, and so they're combining and building a fluid, and they can break ribs and leave permanent scars. I mean, it's really bad for your respiratory system and breathing. I mean, it could cause serious damage, and not everyone realizes that, but it is a concern. And so you do need to find a binder that is meant to bind, like Underworks or other sites like that. That's healthy. And if you don't have the money for it, there are ways to get a free binder. I mean, there's guys that have, top surgery that give away their binders all the time. And I'm going to put links below to all of those sites. And also, if you are binding and you have an appropriate binder and it's too small, you might as well be wearing duct tape and ace bandages, because it will do the same thing to you and cause the same damage. And that's not healthy. So you need to find one that fits appropriately and doesn't cause those respiratory problems. Also, don't wear it all the time, because it can cause bruising. I know, as much as you want to make your gender dysphoria feel better, that's not healthy either. It'll cause bruising, and you'll have breathing problems. Don't wear it all the time. You need to give your chest time to breathe. Use that time to wash your binder and dry it. That way, you can make it last longer, but you do need time to let yourself, breathe and give yourself some air. So I think that's another important health concern. Okay. Last topic I'm going to talk about. Even though I'm not on hormones, I've done some research and I'm looking into starting hormones. So if you're with me at this point and you're looking into starting hormones and you're getting ready to, here's some tips to help you. First of all, find a therapist, because the therapists have to sign off on the letter or help you find a doctor or an endo to go to, and where you can get the hormones from. You need to find a therapist that can help you get into that, where you'll find somebody who gives it to you. And then from the doctor, you need to find a doctor. Most of the time the therapist will advise you what doctor to go to or give you references, most of the time. But if you're not going to a therapist and you're going to just straight to a doctor or an endo, go online and find doctors that treat and do with hormones and do that with people that are transgender and are accepting and aren't assholes. And you can find those you can find a list online. I mean, there's online lists that tell you all the doctors that are good and accepting and will really help you and get you on the track with hormones. I know in Florida there are not many. I found maybe one, and I don't know how good this person is. I have to call. But I mean, it's really limited. But if you can find someone in a neighboring city or somewhere, I say drive to it and go to it, because you need to do hormones safely, because a lot of things can happen if you don't. And by all means, do not buy hormones online from a gym dealer or from Mexico, and don't do it yourself. Don't, because it can kill you. It can thicken your blood and give you a stroke. There's so many ways that it can kill you. It's a drug. It has serious side effects if you take it the wrong way, and a doctor has to be there to help you be on the right levels, the test what levels you need to be on. I mean, it's very important that you have a doctor there to help you through this process. And for a while you'll have to keep going to the doctor and get checked, but after a while you won't have to go as much. But it is important that you see a doctor so you don't have fatal or permanent damage to your body. And that's a big safety concern. Just don't do that. Go the safety route so you don't end up dying. But yeah, just no Mexico. Alright guys, so I basically covered all the safety topics and health topics that I thought were important to talk on this week. The guys are going to have different topics that they find appropriate to talk about, like their appointments and them going for testosterone. They'll have more, but these were just the ones important to me that I feel like need to be addressed and talk about. I'm gonna put, you know, some links below and like free binders and things like that. And also my Tumblr and the guys' Tumblr, and also request topics. Please go onto a Tumblr page and, you know, give us topics. I mean, it could be personal. We'll talk about a crisis you're going through. I mean, advice on what you're doing. Like, just give us topic questions and we'll answer them. We'd love to. But yeah, and if you need anything, I'm always here. Like I say, I'll always be here. You can message me personally on Tumblr, and, you know, if you don't have a Tumblr, I'll give you my email. I mean, just shoot me a message on here and I'll give you my email. I'm always open to being there because I feel like it's important to have at least somebody if you don't have anyone. And, but you guys have a great Halloween tomorrow. I know I'm excited. I love Halloween. Be safe. And just have a good time, and I'll see you guys next Thursday. Have a great one.
Strange in your neighborhood, who you gonna call?